Hello everyone and welcome back to another numismatic history video. In today's video I bought this bag of tokens here off Facebook Marketplace for $15, so we're going to go through it, so let's jump into it. Alright everyone, so I wanted to just explain real quick what I'm going to do. So I spent a lot of time sorting through all these and kind of writing down what they are and trying to kind of condense them into a couple categories of things. So I'll kind of pull up a couple coins at a time for the ones that are in a different category that I did. And then we'll be putting up values on the screens for anything that I can find. I will do a lot of research in post as well, and that will be a lot of the valuations, because a lot of them I don't know exactly what the values are now, and some of them I might not be able to find a good value for, but I thought I would tell you that, and so let's jump in. I'll bring in our first group here. Alright, so the first category we have here is our tax tokens. So we have tax tokens here from 9 different states. And I did want to say too, I bought this whole bag for $15. I'm not sure if I said that in the beginning or not, but I'm not worried too much about making my money back, because I just bought this to have some fun and check out some tokens, but I'd be interested to see how much value we make back as well. But like I said, these are all tax tokens from 9 different states here. We have Missouri, Mississippi, Louisiana, Utah, Colorado, Washington, Illinois, Alabama, and Kansas there. So you can see there's the most we have is from Missouri and then Colorado there. But these are all just various tax tokens. So you can see, like, I'll bring up a couple of these Missouri ones. I actually have one of these red ones here in my collection already. But we've got like 2 different colors of this this plastic 5 sales tax token from Missouri, and then one of these 1 sales tax tokens. And then we have some of these. These are a lot darker, and I'm not really sure why, but we have like another 5 one that is a metal one, and then 2 of these 1 Missouri sales tax tokens as well. And then a lot of these are similar, so I'm not going to show all of them individually necessarily, but some of the more unique ones that we have here are, like, we have these 2 that are square ones. So we have this one from Illinois here that's a 1.5 tax token there. And then we have this one here that is a 1/5 cent sales tax token from Colorado. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. And they're both square. And then we also have like this one here, just really small, doesn't have a hole in it or anything, and it's metal. And that's the Kansas sales tax one. So I just thought that was pretty cool. I love collecting all sorts of random tokens, and it's interesting to think about the history of them and their usage, even though we don't see them too much today. All right, and this next category we have here is like our amusement tokens or our gaming tokens or things like that. So we have here, like, this is like a Chuck E. Cheese token, very normal Chuck E. Cheese token there. And we have, like, this one is a theater token, so that's kind of interesting, for a place called Wernberg Theaters. And it's just like a vending token, so maybe it's used for a vending machine, maybe it's used for some sort of game machine like I was saying before. We also have like this spaceport gaming token here. It's kind of fun. Space money there. This one I thought was really interesting. I found several versions of it online, but I don't know specifically where this is for. But it's got this little wizard guy here, and then on the back of this one there's a horseshoe with a star, but there's some other designs online as well. So I just thought that was kind of interesting, but I'm not really sure what this is for. If I find anything later when I'm doing more research for this video, I'll show you. We also have this little jackpot token here with this cool little crest on the back there. Again, I'm not certain where all of these are from. This one's kind of a fun one. This one is for an automatic kiddie ride for, I thought it was, okay, yeah, it doesn't specify. There's a different one that I have later that's for a carousel. But this one is for some sort of kiddie ride token for a specific type of machine, I'm assuming. And then we have this one, which is for a fun house. It's for Bonkers Funhouse token there. I like this little, I'm not sure what he is, a little ghost or something on the back there. So yeah, those are our amusement tokens. Since I mentioned that carousel token just a second ago, I thought I would bring it in. We've got these two tokens here that they have the same reverse. They are from some place called the House on the Rock. So these are both, I've kind of put them together because they're both from the House on the Rock, and I'm not exactly sure what that is. I think it's some sort of religious thing or something. I'm not entirely sure. But we have these two tokens here, and this one is for the world's largest carousel, so that's kind of interesting. All right, next we have these tokens here. So we have this one, which is like a cigarette pack token. So you can see it's good for a 3-pack of cigarettes there. So that's kind of interesting. And then we have this one, which I think is kind of a fun one here. We got two of them, but this is from like a specific club, Club 16. When I was doing research on this, I couldn't find any pictures or anything of this specific token online. So if you know any more information about it, I'd love to hear. But I just thought it's a really cool little token, an interesting little thing. And like I'm in Missouri, so for it to get here from Wisconsin is kind of interesting to me. And next I have some kind of like religious tokens here. So I've got like these two, which both have various forms of like the Lord's Prayer on them. Or like this one is just some sort of prayer there. And then we have this one, which is like a tithe token to remind you to pay your tithes. And then we have this token here, which is like a guardian angel token is what it said online. It's the same on both sides here, as you can see. And then we have this little one that's just, I think on Numista it called it like the 4-heart 2-hand token or something, but it had it under the religious category as well. I'm not familiar with this symbol here, so if you know what it represents, let me know. We also have all these casino tokens here. So these are various casino tokens or casino chips, or like poker chips. So like this is a Budweiser poker chip here that was in there. Again, I couldn't find very much information on this online. Probably not worth much or anything, but still kind of interesting. We have these here, which I thought were fun. This specific token here, I actually found one of these in a coin roll hunt a couple months ago, I feel like, sometime last year. But this is a 25-cent one, and then this is a 5-cent one from the same place as well. So that's kind of interesting. We also have this one, which is from the Red Lion Motel Casino. So that's kind of interesting. It's a very big token. So I think it's kind of fun. It's got some weight to it. And then we have these last two here. This one's a 25-cent one, and then this one doesn't specify, so I don't really know. This I feel like more falls into like a game token, but when I was looking at Numista, it put it under the more of like a casino token category, so that's why I added it to this section here. And then this one here had a couple different designs as well, but this one has the design with the dice on it there, so kind of cool. These next four that we have are from something called Landmarks of America. Here, let me show you. It shows it on the back here, Landmarks of America. So they all have this same reverse here, but they're for just different landmarks of America. So we got like the Hoover Dam and Cape Kennedy, Old Faithful, and then the Golden Gate Bridge there. So those are some fun tokens of various landmarks throughout the United States. Next we have some of these president's tokens here. So these top four I actually couldn't find any information on Numista. I found a lot of similar examples, but none of them were exactly the same. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. But basically they just show like a different president here, and then on the back it will have various text. So some of them, I even found some that had the same text, but like the text was in different orientations and things like that. Like I think this Lincoln one was one of those where like you can see it's got no, it wasn't this one. Maybe it was Jefferson. Oh, this one I didn't even realize. This one is a different one. This one is a Cracker Jack Mystery Club. Interesting. I didn't realize that before. So maybe I'll have to look back into this one because this one seems to be different. Maybe these are all Cracker Jack tokens. I'm not sure. Let me see. Was it this one that I was thinking? No, maybe it was just this Lincoln one. But like the text here, you can see there's like the in the top line. I feel like one of these had it where it was like the top line had like maybe it was the most was in the top line and then revered was in the second line, or things like that, where it just wasn't quite exactly the same. So I'll have to do a little bit more research on those. And then this one has me stumped a little bit too. This one I found on Numista, and it says that it's like silver-plated gold or something like that, which I don't really think that it is, but it could be silver. I'm not entirely sure. This coin, I don't know exactly how I want to test if it's silver or not, but I have a metal detector, and I waved it over my metal detector, and it read as a 36, and on my metal detector, like if I wove a silver peace dollar over it, and that came up as the same reading on there as a 36. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. So this could be silver. Again, I need to look more into it, or it could just be silver plated or something like that as well. But kind of interesting. If this is silver, this is going to be definitely the most valuable coin, or token, I mean, out of all of the tokens in this bag. These next tokens here are from something called the Shells coin game. So you know of if you're from the United States and you know of the Shell gas stations, they're all over the place. They did at one point have a game where if you bought something there, they would give you a coin, and it would be one of these coins. And they had like the Shell's President's game, and they had the Shell's States game as well. And basically, they would give you a little paper that you could kind of put them on, and if you collected all of a certain type, or if you collected all of them, then you could win certain prizes, like cash prizes, or I think one of the prizes was like you get a special set of all of the coins, but it's like made out of a different metal or something like that. But they're kind of fun. But we have two of the president's ones here. We have the 12th president and the 27th president, so Zachary Taylor and William Taft. And some of these ones just say Mr. President's coin game, but some of these for the game would have something called an instant winner on the back, so it would say like instant winner, and then you get a prize just for that one coin. But these would have had to be in a set together with other coins. And then these ones here are all various states. They each have 2 states on them, so we can see we've got like this one says Wisconsin, and then also Nevada, which is I don't know why they have the combinations like this, because why would you partner Wisconsin and Nevada? And same with a lot of these, it's like this one is Maine, and this one just is Maine. Okay, I know some of these have 2 on them. This one's New York and Alabama, Rhode Island, and just Rhode Island. And then this one here is Alabama and Connecticut. So just kind of interesting. Not something that the Shell's gas stations do anymore, but they did it for a couple years. I can't remember the year range that they did it from. But kind of an interesting addition to the collection. I didn't have any of these. I was familiar with them before. I knew what they were just when I saw them, but an exciting addition to my collection. Next up, we have some car wash tokens here from 2 different car washes. Now, again, neither of these I was able to find on Numista or online, so that's kind of interesting. But we have here from Soapy Joe's car wash. You can see it's a car token. You can get, let's see, double your dirt back is what it says. Satisfaction guaranteed. I love for all these random tokens, just reading what they have on them. It's interesting. And then this one is the Big R car wash. And then you can see this one is painted red on the back, which I thought was interesting. But you can see it's got the addresses for their locations there. So kind of interesting. These are in Illinois. Kind of interesting there. These next couple that we have here are not tokens, but they were in that bag, and they're kind of interesting. We have here these 2, which are just some pennies that have been punched with a star. I've never seen the star punch. I've seen crosses a lot. Sometimes I'll find them and people will punch a cross in it. But these are some star punches. So again, not really going to be any value. Honestly, these are going to be probably worth less than a penny. I don't think that you could spend this anymore because so much of the coin is missing. But still kind of interesting. And then we have this one here, which is kind of like a hobo coin almost, but well, it is pretty much. But you can see he's got a little speech bubble that someone carved in there that says "Let us pray." So that's kind of cool. They hand carved that into the coin. So that's an interesting find. These next two tokens here don't have a lot in common, but I put them together because they're both relating to food. So these three tokens here we have are all ration tokens. So basically like emergency ration tokens, I think during like war times and things like that. These would be ration tokens. And then we have here this one, which again, not for emergencies, but this is some token from a place called Rick's Roast Beef. And when I looked it up, it looks like the name of this restaurant has changed a bunch of times. So this is like a specific era of the restaurant when it was named that. And this is for a free sandwich or fish and chips. So I just thought that was kind of funny, and I decided to stick them together because you got your ration tokens and you got your fish and chips tokens. These next things, this is going to be the last kind of grouping, and then we're just going to have a bunch of solos that kind of don't really have anything to do with each other. So I'll kind of put them up individually, but these are a bunch of flattened pennies here. Now, this coin bag I did get from a guy who was a coin collector, and he collects a lot of tokens, so a lot of these tokens are duplicates of what he had in his collection already, and he just stuck them in a bag and sold them on Facebook Marketplace. But you can see a lot of these, like these top ones, are all from various coin shows, so I don't know exactly, but this is from the Missouri Numismatic Society's coin show last year. And there you can see there's 3 of them, and there's 2 of these as well. And then these are just from various places, and I don't know exactly where they're all from, but like this one is commemorating the 300th anniversary of the Indians Ferry in New Jersey. Then we have this one, which is a Ruby Falls Lookout Mountain flattened penny there. Now, I don't collect a whole lot of flattened pennies, and I wasn't able to find any of these designs on Numista either, so I thought that was interesting. We have a memorial for Pearl Harbor there. And then this last one I think is also a coin show one. Yeah, World Fair of Money of last year in Oklahoma City. So kind of interesting. This next one here I thought we would do because it also has to do with numismatics, just like a lot of those flattened pennies there. But this is from the ANA, which is the American Numismatic Association. But this one is the American Israel Numismatic Association. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And now I found similar tokens that were not from American Israel Numismatic Association, but just from the regular ANA. But I wasn't able to find this specific one online. So I thought it was an interesting one that I thought I'd share with you guys from the bag. And a lot of these single ones, I don't know exactly what they're for or where they're from, just like this one. So this one is 50 Funny Fellows from Mobile, Alabama. So you can see there it's got like a clown on it. And then on the back, it says Los Diablos Nuevos, 1972. It's a pretty big token there, you can see in my hand. Very big, very lightweight. I'm assuming it's aluminum because it's just super lightweight, but interesting. This one I thought was a kind of cool one. So we've just been going through the Winter Games for the Olympics here in 2026. But we have here, this is from a previous Winter Olympics. This is from the 1984 Winter Games in Sarajevo, Yugoslavia. And it's just a token commemorating that. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Fun little token. This token's a really strange one. This is a ride token for a company called the Piggyback Rider, and I found information about the company, but I wasn't able to find this token anywhere online. But you can see it's a really thick, large token here, but you can see here they have this thing, this backpack thing, and that's like their product. But I just thought this was really interesting. I'd never heard of this company before. Seeing this token, I wasn't able to find this token online specifically. This token is some sort of Mardi Gras token, and I'm not very familiar with Mardi Gras or this token, and I wasn't able to find a whole lot of information online, but it's another interesting one. Again, very thick, very big, just like those last 2 that we looked at. We also have this Universal Studios dollar. Now this front side has seen better days, but you can see it's got that Morgan dollar obverse on the obverse there, the face of the Morgan dollar. And it says it's from Universal Studios, and then it's just got some information on the back here. And again, I wasn't able to find, I mean, Universal Studios is a big place, but I wasn't able to find any information on this. But you can see here, down here, it says Coins and Gifts International Copy. So I'm not really sure what that means. Maybe this was like made as a metal originally for maybe someone who worked there, and then this company made copies of it out of lesser metal or something like that. I don't really know, but kind of an interesting token there. This token I thought was really neat. This is a railways token for St. Louis from 1919. So this would be, I'm not exactly sure how this would be used, but this would either be used as your ticket or to get your ticket on the train. But kind of cool. You can see it's good for one city fare, and I like this this design that they have inside of the lettering there. It's kind of like a weird little web design, but I think it's cool. These ones we have two of the same, but these are just a little like festival token here, so you can see it's celebrating the city of O'Fallon, Missouri. So kind of cool. This next one here I wasn't able to find a whole lot of information on either, but this is a token that says it's the Biderman's Gold Star Club token, and it's from the Biderman Furniture Company. And then on the back here you can see that it just says that this can be used to get $5 off of a purchase of $50 or more at this random furniture company. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. Not something you'd see very often nowadays. This next one here is from a coin collector who has a shop apparently, who is buying and selling fractional currency. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. They made a coin for it. It's not a bad idea for marketing to coin collectors, but just kind of an interesting find. Again, not something that I was able to find much information on online. This token, as you can see here, has the Indian head design of like an Indian head cent. But this is actually, if you flip it over, it's a token for the Twin City Gun and CB. Good for $1 in trade. So kind of interesting. From California, Missouri. In Missouri, we have a lot of places that are named after other places. So there's like Mexico, Missouri, and as you can see, California, Missouri, and things like that, which I just think is really funny. This token here is a restroom token, so it'd be used if you need to go to the bathroom. You'd stick the token in the bathroom there, and then that would be your payment. You'd buy a couple of these, so that's kind of interesting. And then we have our last couple tokens here. I thought I'd just bring them all up together. They don't really have anything to do with one another, but I just thought it'd be easier for me for recording. But we have here, this one just says Rangeland USA on both sides. So I'm not entirely sure what that is for, but it's an interesting one. This one here is from the Smithsonian, actually. It's a commemorative token, or just like a souvenir token of, it's got Star Spangled Banner, and then you can see it's got the Smithsonian Institution on the back there. This token is an interesting one. This is actually an Alka-Seltzer token. So you can see Alakazoo, Alakazam, Alka-Seltzer. So I just thought that was kind of fun. I like this little pirate ship on the back here. I like the little skull and crossbones that they've got on there. So it's a kind of a fun one. This here is a random like sheriff's token, the U.S. Deputy Sheriff's Association. So that's kind of interesting. Then we have a batting cages token. So this would be, I guess, I'm not sure if this would be used to actually get into a batting cage, or if this would just be used as like advertising for the batting cage, but it's kind of interesting there. Then we have this token here, which is Malibu Grand Prix. So I'm assuming this also is some sort of gaming token, but I wasn't able to find a whole lot of information, so I didn't really know if I should put it in that or not. But I'm assuming so, since it says some like Malibu money on it. And then this one is just for a little shop. City of Bethlehem Park and Shop, and you can see it's free park and shop, so kind of interesting. But I feel like we got some pretty good tokens in this video. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and if you know anything about any of these coins, let me know too. I enjoyed going through these, and I do collect a lot of tokens. I collect a lot more coins than tokens, so you probably won't see this type of video very often, but I just saw it online for 15 bucks, and I felt like that's a great deal. And even if I'm not really making my money back with the tokens, it's a good price for me to have a fun time searching through them and doing some research, which I love. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. I try to make videos like this, talking about different coin purchases I get, as well as talking about history of different coins in my collection, and also doing things like coin roll hunts. Like I said before, if you have any comments on this video, please feel free to drop them down in the comment section below. I love getting comments, and I try to respond to all of them that I can. And I will see you guys all in the next one. Thanks for watching.